What's a day in the life of an employment attorney? A day in the life of an employment attorney is interesting. No day is ever the same as the last day. The tasks that we are trusted with essentially vary in a huge degree of complexity, and every case is different. So, a day in the life of myself would be getting up, doing household chores, getting the kids ready, and then going to the office. Once I'm at the office, the first thing that I like to do is go through my email. Obviously, everybody likes to go through their email. Sometimes it's dreaded. Sometimes you're like, ooh, I dodged a bullet. I didn't get a bad email in there. That usually takes an hour and a half or maybe 2 hours, even depending on the fires that need to be put out based on those emails. So then around, I'd say 10:30, I would move on to making calls. The sheer call volume that we receive makes call time a huge part of our day. We think that it's really important to get back to people promptly so that they can make more informed decisions. Sometimes we hear from potential clients who say, I am going into a meeting with my boss at 3 o'clock. What do I say? And so it's nice to be able to coach those people in those situations. So after call time, I would say call time could be up to 3 hours or 4 hours. That's when there's time to do actual legal writing and other tasks. So you might be finishing up writing an Illinois Department of Human Rights discrimination claim. You might be finishing up a demand letter, starting a demand letter, calling back clients. That's a huge piece of it, is keeping your clients totally in the know as to what's going on with their case. So giving them update calls. And then I would say from there, part of the last thing that I like to do is make sure that my schedule is looking good for the following day. We have a lot of scheduled calls with opposing counsel. That's really the way that it's done now because people are truly so busy. Sometimes I have calls from potential clients that are scheduled, sometimes I don't. And we kind of fill in from there. Our paralegal team is totally invaluable to us. We wouldn't be able to do what we're doing without them. So thank you, Laura and Emma. I could say that I just love the job. I love the job. I love being able to help people. My son asks, well, what do lawyers do? And my response is just simply, we just help people. People present us with problems and we give them options, we give them choices. So that is really what the job comes down to. Now, let's talk a little bit about conversations with opposing counsel. Ooh, so juicy. Part of our job is acting like an agent for top-notch employees, people who are in really high demand in their profession and at the top of their game in their careers. So just as sports figures have agents like Rich Paul, the CFOs of this world, CEOs, they also need an agent. And sometimes that's us. We negotiate contracts on behalf of employees with their companies, and then we also negotiate exits. Let's say something has gone a little bit south at the job. The expectations of what the position would be haven't really aligned with what the employee thought was going to happen. And so we're able to step in and negotiate on behalf of employees to hopefully get out of that dead end and move them along to their next opportunity. And that is a very rewarding part of the job because a bad fit is a bad fit. The company will find another worker that fits their needs and then will work out, but it allows the employee to also go find what's best for them.